Well, hello there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Feel like my hair is just, guys, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Just gonna have to deal with it. It's long. I don't know how to take care of long hair. It's just the worst. I have ordered in some new things, but enough about me. Let's talk about you. Um, yeah, welcome to the channel. Glad you're here. Hey, my cadre of volunteers are working overtime right now. I feel like we could do this entire live stream, which is going to be about the missing siblings, Jack and Lily Sullivan, who went missing on May 2nd of this year. Lily was 6, Jack was 4. Kind of went missing out of a rural Nova Scotia house-ish property. And I feel like we could do this one. And we could do 3 more tonight. There's just so much going on in the cases that you and I are looking at. And Robin, I knew she would point that out. The color is wrong today. Robin, I knew it. I knew it. I didn't have time, man. I didn't have time. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over here and just do that because I'm wearing gray. Okay. So there's so much going on in true crime right now, and kudos to my volunteers for all of their hard work getting documents, getting stories together for me. I deeply appreciate it. Okay, not going to get distracted. One more time. Lily and Jack Sullivan. Lily is 6, Jack is 4. The story goes that they were playing in the family room of the family's manufactured home, mobile home, whatever you want to call it. This is a picture of the house right here. Yeah, so manufactured home, and things went silent, and so the stepdad and the mom, Daniel Martell, Malaya Brooks Murray, say they went out looking for the kiddos. They could not find them. That started a search that included, I mean, hundreds of people. It included helicopters. It included drones. It included people walking through the mud and the forest. It included so much. And they have not been found. These little kiddos have not been found. Okay, so we still don't have an update. We don't know where they are. They haven't been found. We don't know if police have any good leads. We know that the police have interviewed hundreds of people. We know, at least according to Mr. Martell, that there were a couple of polygraph tests administered, but there's no update on this. Well, it turns out that, and this isn't surprising. I mean, we all had kind of heard this before, but it turns out, yeah, the CYS had their eye on this family. There were issues. So I just want to read a couple of stories to you guys, one from Global News, one from the Globe and Mail. First, let's talk about this article is actually from about 5 days ago, but I want to read it here. Says Nova Scotia missing kids, signs about Lily and Jack Sullivan pop up as case remains unsolved. Nearly 4 months ago. Yeah, we're just a couple weeks out from 4 months. Lily Sullivan, 6, and her brother Jack Sullivan, 4, went missing from their home in the tiny rural community of Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. In a statement to Global News Thursday, RCMP say intensive investigative work is ongoing in relation to the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan, and tips continue to be received. We now have over 700 and are evaluated and prioritized by a dedicated team of investigators in the Northeast Nova Major Crime Unit with the assistance of agencies from across Canada. This is not the first time the remote area has seen a national spotlight shone upon it. We've had this in the past, a different disaster, the Westray disaster, and everybody descended on us and on us there, and that's not something we want, Donald Parker, Pictou County District 7 councilor said. But in this case, when 2 little ones go missing, everybody's really keen on finding those children so they get them home safe and sound. Real quick, what is the Westray disaster? What just happened? Let me just look this up here real quick. Westray disaster. Oh, it was a mine. This is it was an underground explosion uh, there in Nova Scotia. Okay, so different thing. Different thing. But he says, okay, the daily email you need for how, blah, blah, blah. It's incredibly hard on the community and even tougher on the family. As the search, Kent Corbett's family has lived in Pictou County for generations. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time. As the search for the missing siblings continued, he felt he had to do something to keep the Sullivans' story atop people's minds. I approached Advocate Printing and I said we want a deal on making some election style signs, and we went from there, Corbett explained. Over the last week, he and a group of like minded folks have been taking sign orders with the proceeds from each sale going towards search and rescue efforts and more awareness materials. Okay, they're selling them to raise money, hopefully to help with the search and rescue. Okay, family members of Lily and Jack Sullivan have ordered signs for their lawns as well. The more people that are thinking about these kids every day will be a greater chance that we'll be able to bring them home, Corbett said. I just want to remind everybody there were a couple of times, and you know, I don't know. It's not like they're all happy ending stories, but there were a couple of times where I really felt like no chance we're going to see this child again. I'm thinking what Elisa Petrov, right? Do you remember when Elisa Petrov went missing? She's gone missing again. I don't know if they found her, but several. Uh, oh my goodness, I'm John and Jay German, right? Like the there have been several kiddos that have gone missing that I've thought we have no chance here. I want to keep hope, but they end up being found. So we've got to keep hope, right? Okay. Lily and Jack Sullivan's parents reported them missing May 2nd, with initial reports indicating they had walked away from their home in the morning, which is situated in a remote, heavily wooded area. But Corbett said the community is still holding out hope. They're Pictou County children's now. Pictou County's children now, he said, and people need to know what happened. RCMP said they have reviewed about 5,000 video files that they received by canvassing Lansdowne Station and the surrounding areas. In May, police confirmed that video evidence they had video evidence that showed the children with the family in public the day before they were reported missing. RCMP also said they formally interviewed more than 60 people and administered some polygraph tests. The children's stepfather, Daniel Martel, has told the Global News that he has taken a test. The children's disappearance was added to the province's major unsolved crimes program, which offers a reward of up to $150,000. In fact, I should bring that up. That should be showing. If you guys have tips, you can call Nova Scotia Crime Stoppers at 800 222 8477. That's 800 222 TIPS. Also, anyone with information can call the Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crime Unit at 902 896 5060 or submit a tip anonymously through Crime Stoppers. So we got to keep the tips coming, guys. Got to keep those tips coming. I just don't know what else to say. I deeply hope that these kiddos are still alive. I know that if they are, that there's a chance that horrible things are happening, but if they can just survive it and come home, that's the best thing. Now, getting on to another article that was brought to me by my volunteers. Okay, now this one. We all remember Belinda Gray, right? Grandmother of Jack and Lily Sullivan calls for public inquiry into children's disappearance. The grandmother of Jack and Lily Sullivan, two Nova Scotia children who have been missing since May, is calling for a public inquiry into their disappearance. Belinda Gray, the children's paternal grandmother, says the Child Protection Service needs to lift the veil of secrecy around how the provincial government responded to concerns about the home life of Jack and Lily. She also says the RCMP need to explain how they handled the early stages of their investigation. Ms. Gray, who had limited contact with the children after their mother split up with her son, is concerned that there may have been warning signs that were overlooked before they went missing. The Globe and Mail has previously reported that a child protection worker visited the children's home in Lansdowne, Nova Scotia in the months before their disappearance after concerns were raised by someone at their school. But the findings of that investigation are shielded by privacy laws. I think the public has a right to know, Ms. Gray said in an interview. Just what did CPS do? What part were they investigating? What were their concerns and what were they doing? They might even have answers for the investigation on what happened to them or why it might have happened to them. By the way, in order to find out this information, I don't think we need to go to CPS. That is properly shielded from public review. We're talking about children here. But the people who reported it, I wouldn't mind talking to them. The children's stepfather, Daniel Martel, told the Globe in interviews in May that the child protection workers' visit was sparked by concerns about their learning disabilities, not their well being. Last week, the Globe published a story in which Mr. Martel said a bruise on Jack's face, seen in a widely circulated photo, was caused by his sister. He did not respond to questions about another photo of Jack with a black eye on a class trip dated December 13th, 2024. Hey, mods and crew, if you can get me that picture, let's take a look at it. It was posted to the elementary school's Facebook page. The children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, split from Mr. Martel soon after the kid's disappearance and has declined to comment. The RCMP have acknowledged investigations like this take a long time and can be difficult for families seeking answers, and said they have committed significant resources to solving the case. The Mounties have consistently said they have not uncovered any evidence the children were abducted and stand by a decision not to issue an Amber Alert when the children first went missing. It's because there are specific guidelines to an Amber Alert. They didn't meet those guidelines. Again, that's all fair and proper. Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon from the RCMP's Major Crime and Behavioral Sciences Unit said the investigation remains very active and intensive, and any information that could help police is being meticulously scrutinized, prioritized, and actioned to ensure nothing is missed. We are continuing to engage every resource available to help locate Lily and Jack and determine the circumstances of their disappearance, he said. Documents released to the Globe through a Freedom of Information request show that on May 2nd, the same day the children were reported missing, a manager in Nova Scotia's Child Protection Department wrote an internal memo about the kids for senior government bureaucrats. That document was shared all the way up to the Deputy Minister for Community Services, Craig Beaton, the records show. More than 2 weeks later, on May 20th, the same manager produced another longer memo about the children that was also shared with her bosses. The contents of those memos are entirely redacted for privacy reasons. Scott Armstrong, the minister responsible for child protection in Nova Scotia, said he's reviewed the children's file, but that it would be inappropriate for the department to comment on a continuing police investigation. Quote, this situation continues to weigh heavily on the minds of all Nova Scotians, particularly those in Pictou County, and we are all looking forward to a resolution for this family and community, Carly Smith, a spokesperson in his office, said in an email. Mr. Armstrong has acknowledged there are shortcomings in Nova Scotia's child protection system. In July, he hosted a meeting of other Atlantic region ministers and addressed challenges around recruiting social workers into the child protection system, particularly in rural areas. Yeah, I bet that job is just a heartbreaking day in and day out slog through very difficult circumstances. He also previously told the Globe he's committed to creating an office of a child and youth advocate, which would act as a watchdog on the child welfare system and be a voice for children and youth, and taking steps to reduce the workload of child welfare employees. Ms. Smith said said that the issue of attracting and retaining social workers is not unique to Nova Scotia, adding the province has increased wages for child protection social workers and hired more administrative staff to ease demands on the system. Ms. Gray, the grandmother, by the way, this is a very good report. My goodness. Says political commitments for change alone are not good enough. She called for more transparency in how the child welfare system dealt with her grandkids, including what prompted someone at their school to contact Child Protection Services in the first place. Quote, I'd like to know what the school has stated. Was it just some bruises they saw in Jack? Are there other things? Is there anything concerning Lily I would like to know? Ms. Gray said. Ms. Gray is among those who are frustrated. It took the Mounties weeks to follow up on some tips and arrange formal interviews with people who the children knew. I'm sure that people are frustrated. I'm sure of it. But everything about this case, to me, has indicated that the RCMP has done a very good job and done their best. But I guess we'll see. Jack and Lily's maternal grandfather, Henry Brooks, said in late May the RCMP had yet to reach out to him for an interview. Mr. Brooks says he also has questions about what was happening inside the children's home and that his daughter has been trying to leave Mr. Martel for months before the kids disappeared. Like others, he just wants to know what happened. It's been eating me up. I'm wondering where the hell they are, he said. I hope we get some answers soon. And that is the end of that article. This is a tragic one. Let's see what you guys are saying. And actually, let me open up Slack for, let me just in case Autumn or somebody's able to send me that image. Okay. I'll have that up just in case you got it, guys. All right, let's go over to what you guys are saying. Let's bring Lily and Jack back up. Let's see. Susan says, there's a Ramsey-ish component to this for me. I don't know who to believe or trust. Oh, thanks, Susan. They found Elisa the few hours after she went missing the second time. I'm glad for that. Yeah, that just Ducky. That is a terrific one. Elizabeth Smart found after 9 months, and I keep meaning to watch that latest documentary. Jupiter Moon says, "Where is baby Gavin, guys? You haven't heard? Baby Gavin is missing." Baby Gavin is missing, and you can help find him if you haven't done it already. He left behind some breadcrumbs for you to follow in the form of little clues that you can follow to find baby Gavin. Out of over 400 people who have played the game, 20 have finished the game. Keep seeing Hungry Hacker. Keep seeing that. The Hungry Hacker was in the lead for so long. Wondering if somebody's going to maybe we could get to 25 people before the game is over. But that is the reason that Baby Gavin is missing. Baby Gavin is nowhere to be seen. It's because he is missing. By the way, while I'm here, don't forget to click on this little guy and go up and join the fish tank if you're on Facebook. It's an open invitation. We like to hang out and talk about cases and stuff. So, somebody just brought up Madeline. You know what? After this live stream is over, if you guys give me 20 minutes, I'm going to come back on with a Stephen Stearns, Madeline Soto update. Okay, because there's just so much going on. All right, what else are you guys saying here? All right. Julia says, I agree with Belinda asking for a public inquiry. Yeah. This case is a horror story. I got a bad feeling about it. Yeah, or I think you're talking about another case, but same thing. Same thing in this case. It is a horror story. So, guys, that is the update on the Lily and Jack Sullivan case. I am going to be back with you. Let's call it at 8:30. So that's a little bit more than 30 minutes from now. We're going to come back with something else that's happening. Robin's like, yeah, Gavin's on fire today. I'm doing my best. We are going to come back with an update on Mr. Stearns. Okay. So stay tuned for that. With that, I will bid you adieu. Thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you in a little over 30 minutes. Take care. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.